The sun breaks over the Masai Mara, painting the horizon in a breathtaking palette of orange, gold and crimson. Each new day is born in a blaze of colour, as the first rays of light stretch across the endless plains, awakening the land from its deep, ancient slumber. The sky glows with promise, a vast canvas brushed with hope. Yet, beneath this beauty, a silent tension lingers, an unspoken understanding that every creature must face the trials of the coming day. In these first moments, the savannah is a world on the cusp of transformation, where the fragile beginnings of life are both celebrated and tested. The air is thick with anticipation, as if the land itself is holding its breath, waiting for the drama of survival to unfold. A cool, silvery mist clings to the grasslands as the world stirs. Dew sparkles on every blade of grass, catching the newborn light and shimmering like 1,000 tiny jewels scattered across the earth. The air is crisp, filled with the scent of damp earth and the subtle fragrance of wildflowers, hinting at the life that stirs below. In the hush of dawn, the savannah breathes, exhaling the secrets of the night. Beneath the surface, countless insects emerge from their burrows, their delicate bodies trembling with the chill, each one a vital thread in the web of life. Spiderwebs, woven with patient artistry, glisten with droplets, each strand a testament to the quiet industry of the night. The mist softens the world, blurring the boundaries between earth and sky, as if the savannah itself is waking from a dream. Beneath this beauty lies a raw, untamed wilderness. The savannah is a place of contrasts, serene yet savage, tranquil yet teeming with hidden dangers. Here the rules of nature are absolute, and every creature must play its part to survive. The land stretches endlessly, dotted with acacia trees and ancient termite mounds, each a silent witness to the eternal struggle for life. Termites, in their millions, begin their daily work, aerating the soil and providing nourishment for aardvarks and birds alike. Their fragile mounds are both fortress and larder, a testament to the power of cooperation in the face of adversity. Rocky outcrops rise from the grass like islands, offering refuge to lizards basking in the first warmth of the sun, and vantage points for birds scanning for movement below. Here, every day is a struggle for survival. Wildebeest graze nervously, their ears flicking at the faintest rustle. Zebras and antelope remain ever watchful, their bodies tense, muscles coiled for flight. Even as they feed, their eyes scan the horizon, knowing that a single moment of distraction could mean the difference between life and death. The herd moves as one, a living tapestry woven from instinct and caution. Calves and fawns, only days old, huddle close to their mothers, learning to stand, to run, to heed the warning signals passed through subtle shifts in posture and the urgent snort of alarm. The grass, still wet with dew, muffles the sound of hooves, allowing the herds to move almost silently through the dawn. The air carries whispers of the night's hunts. The grass sways gently, hiding the tracks of predators and prey alike. Each blade tells a story of chases, escapes, and the relentless pursuit of survival that played out under the cover of darkness. The breeze stirs the grass, erasing some tracks, while others remain as silent testaments to the drama that unfolded in the moonlight. Tiny rodents, having survived the night, scurry along these trails, foraging for seeds and insects, always wary of the sharp eyes above and the silent paws below. An ostrich, startled by a distant sound, sprints across the plain, its powerful legs kicking up a spray of dew, while a secretary bird stalks methodically, searching for unsuspecting prey in the grass. Distant hyena calls fade as the new day begins. Their laughter, once echoing through the night, now gives way to the softer sounds of morning. The predators retreat, their shapes melting into the golden haze, but their presence lingers. a reminder that danger is never far away. Jackals slink back to their dens, bellies full, eyes glinting with the memory of the night's feast. In the safety of their burrows, pups nuzzle against their mothers, learning the scent of kin and the first lessons of caution. The savannah's predators, though hidden, leave behind the scent of fear and the memory of pursuit, woven into the very air. Life and death are intertwined in a constant silent dance. Predators stalk the shadows, their movements fluid and purposeful, while prey move with caution, each step measured and deliberate. Overhead vultures circle, their wings casting fleeting shadows on the ground, ever watchful for the next opportunity. The savannah is a stage, and every creature knows its role in the ancient play. Leopard cubs hidden in dense thickets wait for their mother's return, their survival dependent on her skill and stealth. The first rays of sunlight catch the golden eyes of a lioness, her gaze fixed on a distant herd as she melts into the grass, invisible and patient. Every creature, from insect to elephant, plays a part in this intricate web. Tiny beetles scurry beneath the grass, their armoured bodies glinting in the light, while butterflies drift lazily above wildflowers. Towering elephants move with quiet authority, their massive forms gentle as they graze, shaping the land with every step. Together, they weave the tapestry of life that sustains the savannah. Elephant calves, shielded by the herd, learn to use their trunks, mimicking the adults as they pluck leaves and splash in muddy pools, their bonds of family forged in every gentle touch. The ground trembles faintly beneath the weight of the herd, and the air vibrates with the low rumbles of elephant communication, a language older than memory. This is a kingdom ruled by instinct and might. The dominant lion surveys his realm, his mane catching the morning light, his presence commanding respect from all who cross his path. Herds move in unison, guided by ancient rhythms and the ever-present need to survive. Giraffes stretch their necks to reach tender leaves, their movements graceful and unhurried, yet always alert. Young giraffes, still unsteady on their long legs, practice reaching for the highest branches, watched closely by their mothers, who shield them from lurking threats. The giraffes' tongues, long and dexterous, strip leaves from thorny branches with practiced ease, while oxpeckers flit from back to back, searching for ticks and parasites. In the heart of the savannah, the king's reign is both visible and invisible, a force felt in every corner of his domain. The dominant male lion, his mane thick and golden, is more than a hunter. He is a leader, a guardian, and a symbol of power. With each stride, he patrols the boundaries of his territory, marking trees and rocks with his scent, his deep roar echoing across the plains as a warning to rivals and a reassurance to his pride. His presence alone keeps would-be challengers at bay, maintaining a delicate balance between peace and conflict. The wind carries his scent for miles, a silent message to all who dwell within his realm. Leadership in the savannah is not just about strength, but about unity and protection. The king's pride is his family. Lionesses, cubs and sometimes younger males, all bound together by loyalty and necessity. Lionesses, the true strategists of the pride, coordinate hunts and care for the young, while the king stands sentinel, ready to defend against intruders. Social bonds are reinforced through grooming and play, each interaction strengthening the pride's cohesion and resilience. The cubs, nestled in the shade, purr contentedly as their mothers clean their fur, their eyes half closed in the safety of the pride. The king's rule is constantly tested. Rival males, drawn by the scent of the pride or the promise of territory, approach the borders with caution and ambition. Standoffs are frequent, sometimes resolved with a show of force, other times with brutal combat. The king's roar is both a challenge and a declaration, a sound that reverberates through the bones of every creature on the savannah. Victory means continued reign, Defeat means exile and the rise of a new ruler. The dust kicked up by these confrontations hangs in the air, a visible marker of the ever-shifting boundaries of power. The balance of power is maintained not by the king alone, but by the collective strength of the pride. Lionesses move as one, their silent communication and teamwork ensuring the pride's survival. When the hunt is successful, the king eats first, his authority unquestioned, but he also ensures the pride is fed and protected. Cubs learn the hierarchy early, waiting their turn, absorbing the lessons of order and respect that define their world. The remains of the hunt are quickly claimed by scavengers, the cycle of life continuing without pause. The Mara River, both lifeline and danger, snakes through the plains. Its waters nourish the land, drawing animals from miles around to drink and bathe, but it is also a place of peril, where the unwary may meet their end. The river's surface glimmers in the morning sun, masking the secrets that lurk beneath. Along the banks, newborn hippos huddle beside their mothers, learning to navigate the water's edge, while cautious antelope test the shallows before daring to drink. The river's banks are alive with the calls of birds, the splash of fish, and the distant bellow of hippos marking their territory. Its waters hide patient, deadly crocodiles. Beneath the surface, ancient predators wait in silence, their eyes just above the waterline, ready to strike at a moment's notice. Fish dart through the shallows, oblivious to the danger that glides silently above them, while birds perch on the banks, scanning for a safe moment to drink. Hatchling crocodiles, newly emerged from sandy nests, scramble for the safety of the water, their journey fraught with peril from the very first breath. The river's edge is a place of constant tension, where every movement is measured and every shadow watched. The king's reign is mirrored in other groups across the savannah. Elephant herds are led by wise matriarchs, their leadership based on memory and experience, guiding the herd to water and safety. Buffalo herds, too, have their own hierarchy, with dominant bulls asserting control through displays of strength. Each group, whether predator or prey, maintains its own order, its own balance of power, contributing to the grand tapestry of the savannah. Young bulls test their strength at the water's edge, their mock battles a rehearsal for the challenges of adulthood. The savannah offers no mercy, only tests of strength and will. The weak and the weary are quickly singled out, while the strong push forward, ever alert to the dangers that surround them. A lone gazelle stands frozen, muscles taut, while a herd thunders across the open plain, dust rising in their wake. Warthogs root in the soft earth, pausing to sniff the air for threats. Young warthogs, tails held high, mimic their mother's every move, learning to dig for roots and to dash for cover at the first sign of danger. The morning sun casts long shadows, stretching across the land like fingers, reminding all who dwell here that the day's challenges have only just begun. The morning swells with sound, calls of weaver birds weaving their intricate nests, hippos gr. In the heart of the savannah, life begins in quiet darkness. A lion cub, eyes sealed, nestled in the warmth of its mother's fur, is the newest thread in a tapestry woven over countless generations. The den is a sanctuary, echoing with the gentle rhythm of a mother's heartbeat, a timeless lullaby that has soothed the young for ages. Here, the cycle of life stirs once more, as Tao's birth marks both an ending and a beginning in the endless dance of the wild. But Tao is not alone in this delicate dawn. Across the grasslands, the first cries of newborn antelope, the soft peeps of hidden cheetah cubs, and the muffled grunts of warthog piglets all signal the fragile start of life. Each birth is a gamble, a spark of hope in a world where survival is never guaranteed. The cub's first breaths are fragile, dependent on the unwavering care of his mother. Her body is his shield, her milk the first taste of life's sustenance. Each heartbeat, each gentle nuzzle is a promise of protection, an ancient ritual repeated by every mother before her. Beyond the den, the savannah pulses with life, where every creature's existence is bound to the fate of another. For the antelope fawn, the first moments are a desperate scramble to stand, to blend into the golden grass before predators catch their scent. For the cheetah cub, hidden in a thicket, the mother's absence to hunt is a risk that could mean life or death. The den, hidden among tall grasses and shaded by stone, is a cradle of renewal. Here, Tao and his siblings are sheltered from the ever-present dangers, predators, rivals, and the harsh elements. Yet even in this refuge the seeds of future change are sown, for every cub is both a continuation and a challenge to the order of the pride. The same is true for every newborn in the savannah. The warthog burrow, the shaded thicket, the hollowed log, all are sanctuaries, but none are truly safe. The threat of discovery lingers with every shifting breeze. The mother's purrs and gentle grooming are more than comfort, they are the first lessons in connection. Each touch, each vibration weaves the cub into the fabric of the pride, teaching him the language of belonging. In the savannah, survival is not solitary. It is a symphony of relationships, each animal's fate entwined with the next. The warthog mother, standing guard at her burrow's mouth, teaches her piglets to freeze at the scent of danger. The antelope fawn learns to trust the rustle of its mother's legs. The cheetah cubs memorize the unique call that signals their mother's return. Danger is ever present. Hyenas, leopards, and rival lions prowl the edges of safety, each seeking their place in the cycle. Every shadow is a reminder that life here is a delicate balance. Predator and prey, hunter and hunted, all playing their part in the endless renewal of the land. The cub's earliest lesson is that survival and loss are two sides of the same coin. For the antelope, a moment's hesitation can mean the end. For the cheetah, a single misstep can cost her entire litter. When the mother leaves to hunt, she entrusts her young to the den's concealment. Her absence is a risk, but also a necessity. Her success ensures the pride's future. Each journey into the wild is a thread in the web of life, as the lioness's strength sustains not only her cubs, but the balance of the savannah itself. The cheetah mother, too, must leave her cubs hidden, her speed their only hope for a meal. The antelope mother grazes at a distance, her eyes always scanning for movement, her heart tethered to her hidden fawn. Weeks pass, and Tao's eyes open to a world of light and movement. The den, once a world entire, now reveals itself as a gateway to the greater savannah. With each new sense, the cub becomes more aware of the intricate web that connects all living things. Every sight, every scent, a lesson in the unity of life. The antelope fawn, too, takes its first tentative steps, learning to blend with the grass. The cheetah cubs, blinking in the dappled sunlight, begin to explore the boundaries of their thicket. Tao's first steps are uncertain, but each stumble is a step toward strength. He learns the scents of his kin, the sounds of the wind, the feel of the earth beneath his paws. The den is his classroom, the savannah his teacher. Every lesson learned is a thread in the tapestry of survival, woven by countless generations before him. The antelope fawn, guided by instinct, learns to freeze at the slightest sound. The warthog piglets, tails held high, follow their mother in single file, memorizing the safe paths through the brush. Play among siblings is more than simple joy. It is practice for the future. Their games echo the struggles of adulthood, teaching them to fight, to yield, to bond. In these moments the pride's future is shaped, as alliances form and rivalries spark, mirroring the eternal cycles of challenge and renewal. The antelope fawns chase each other, building speed and agility. The cheetah cubs tumble and pounce, honing the skills they will one day need to survive. When the time comes, the cubs are led from the den to the pride, a rite of passage repeated through the ages. The adults greet them, their acceptance vital for the cubs' survival. This introduction is a renewal of the pride itself as new life is woven into the community, ensuring its strength and continuity. The antelope fawn joins the herd, learning to move as one with the group. The warthog piglets emerge into the open, watched over by vigilant adults. The pride's embrace is both protection and challenge. The cubs are inspected, welcomed, and taught their place within the group. In this circle of life, every member's role is vital, and the bonds formed now will echo through the pride's future, linking past, present, and those yet to come. The antelope herd encircles its young, forming a living shield. The cheetah family grooms together, reinforcing the ties that will help them face the world. Within the pride, Tao finds both safety and responsibility. The group is a living organism, each lion's fate tied to the others. The savannah's dangers never fade, but together the pride endures, each generation rising, falling and rising again in an unbroken chain of life. The warthog piglets sleep beside their mother, safe for now. The antelope fawns rest in the shade, their hearts beating in time with the pulse of the land. Even in unity, vigilance is required. The savannah is a realm of constant change where every day brings new challenges. Yet it is this very struggle that ensures the cycle continues. Each threat met, each hardship overcome, a testament to the resilience of life. The antelope herd stands ready to flee at the first sign of danger. The cheetah mother scans the horizon, ever watchful for threats to her young. As seasons pass, Tao matures, his mane darkening, his presence commanding. He watches the young at play, remembering his own beginnings. The cycle turns, and with each new generation, the wisdom of the old is passed to the young, ensuring the pride's survival and the savannah's eternal renewal. The antelope herd grazes in the golden light. The warthog family forages together, each generation learning from those who came before. In his later years, Tao becomes a teacher. He imparts lessons of unity, courage and respect for the delicate balance of the wild. His legacy is not just in his strength, but in the wisdom he leaves behind, a living memory carried forward by those who follow. The cheetah mother demonstrates the chase, her cubs watching every move. The antelope adults lead their fawns to water, teaching them the paths of safety. As the sun sets on Tao's reign, he finds peace in the continuity of life. The savannah, ever-changing, is a stage for countless stories, each birth, each death, a note in the endless song of renewal. The king's journey ends, but the cycle endures, unbroken and eternal, in the heart of the wild. Across the grasslands, the antelope herd settles for the night, the cheetah family lies together, and the warthog piglets burrow close to their mother. In every corner of the savannah, fragile beginnings give rise to enduring legacies, and the story of life continues, as it always has, beneath the vast and watchful sky. In the golden embrace of the savannah's long grass, childhood for Tao and his siblings is a tapestry of discovery. Every day the cubs tumble and leap, their playful antics masking the serious lessons woven into each moment. They chase fluttering birds and pounce on swaying shadows, learning the patience of a stalk and the precision of a leap. Each failed attempt is a lesson, each success a step closer to mastery. The lionesses, ever watchful, guide their young with silent signals. They demonstrate the art of moving unseen, melting into the grass as antelope graze just beyond reach. Tao learns to read the subtle cues, a flick of a tail, a sudden stillness, that mean the difference between feast and famine. Older cubs become mentors, their games more intense. Wrestling matches test strength and reflexes, but also teach restraint and respect. Through these contests, Tao learns the boundaries of pride life and the importance of unity. The long grass hides more than playmates. It conceals danger, buffalo with sharp horns, snakes coiled in silence, rival predators lurking in the shadows. Even the smallest creatures, like the quick-footed mongoose, teach lessons in vigilance. One afternoon, a hyena's sudden approach sends a jolt through the pride. Tao, caught off guard, learns the value of alertness and the safety found in numbers. The pride's swift response is a lesson in collective defense. Play transforms into tests of strength and dominance. Each contest hones their bodies and sharpens their instincts, preparing them for the challenges that lie ahead. Every sound and scent is a lesson. The rustle of grass, the distant call of prey, the faintest whiff of danger. Tao learns to interpret the language of the wild, where survival depends on senses as much as strength. No longer helpless, Tao stands alert, a student of the wild shaped by every lesson learned in the long grass. A Gap 3S. Beneath the vast sky of the savannah, a complex web of relationships unfolds, each thread a testament to the intricate balance of nature. In this world, alliances and rivalries shape the lives of every creature, from the mightiest predator to the tiniest insect. Symbiosis weaves its tapestry here. The oxpecker bird and the rhinoceros share a bond forged in mutual benefit. As the rhino grazes, the oxpecker perches on its back, feeding on ticks and parasites. This partnership ensures the rhino's health and provides the bird with a steady meal. Nearby, a herd of wildebeest moves in a synchronized dance, their migration guided by the rains. They follow the promise of fresh grass, their journey a lifeline for the predators that shadow them. Lions, hyenas and cheetahs lie in wait, each hunt a testament to the delicate balance of predator and prey. Competition is fierce. The savannah is a stage where every creature vies for survival. A pride of lions defends its territory from rival prides, while a solitary leopard guards its hunting grounds from scavenging hyenas. The struggle for dominance is relentless, each encounter a test of strength and strategy, yet within this competition lies a silent communication. Elephants with their deep rumbles send messages through the ground, felt miles away by distant herds. These seismic signals warn of danger or call for aid, a testament to their intelligence and social bonds. Even the smallest creatures play vital roles. Termites build towering mounds, their architectural marvels providing shelter for countless other species. Birds nest in the crevices, while snakes and lizards find refuge within. This microcosm of life underscores the interdependence of the savannah's inhabitants. In the cool shade of an acacia tree, a troop of baboons forages, their keen eyes scanning for both food and threats. Their alarm calls echo through the air, a warning system that benefits all who hear it, from the vigilant impala to the cautious warthog. These relationships, complex and interwoven, are the lifeblood of the savannah. Each interaction, whether harmonious or hostile, is a thread in the intricate web of life. In this world of endless connections, every creature plays its part, ensuring the survival of the ecosystem as a whole. Gap 3S. As the sun sets, casting long shadows over the grasslands, the symphony of the savannah continues. The night brings new actors to the stage, but the fundamental truth remains. Survival here depends on the delicate balance of relationships, where every life is intertwined with another. At nearly 2 years old, Tao is a lanky adolescent, no longer a cub. His once playful days are behind him, replaced by a restless energy and a growing sense of unease. The world he knew as a youngster is changing rapidly, and so is he. He and his brothers are now too large to ignore, straining the pride's resources. Their appetites have grown, and every meal is a competition. The pride, once a place of comfort, now feels crowded and tense. The dominant males see them as rivals, not sons. The bond of family is overshadowed by the instinct to protect their own power and territory. Every glance from the older males is a warning. Tension grows, the young males are pushed to the edge. They linger at the outskirts, sensing their time within. The pride is running out. The air is thick with anticipation and anxiety. Nature demands they leave to prevent inbreeding. It is a harsh but necessary rule, ensuring the health of future generations. For Tao and his brothers it means stepping into the unknown. Their exile comes suddenly with a violent confrontation. The dominant males attack, making it clear there is no place for them here. The lesson is brutal but unmistakable. Bruised and intimidated, Tao and his brothers are driven out. Their bodies bear the marks of the fight, and their spirits are shaken. But there is no turning back. Now nomads, they wander the Mara, trespassers in other lions' territories. Every step is dangerous, every scent on the wind a possible threat. They are outsiders, forced to navigate a world that is both vast and hostile. Hunting is difficult without the lioness's expertise. The skills they took for granted in the pride must now be learned through trial and error. Mistakes are costly and success is rare. They scavenge, hunger a constant companion. The promise of an easy meal is gone, replaced by the daily struggle to find enough to survive. Hunger gnaws at them, testing their resolve. This is the ultimate test. Survive as a coalition or perish. Only by working together can they hope to overcome the odds stacked against them. Brotherhood is their only advantage. They must learn to hunt together and rely on each other. Every failed attempt is a lesson, every small victory a step toward independence. Trust and cooperation become their lifeline. Every day is a fight for survival. The wilderness is unforgiving. Failure means starvation. Only the strongest endure. For Tao and his brothers, the journey to adulthood is just beginning, and the savannah will show no mercy. Years pass. Tao and his brothers become formidable adults. Their bond is their greatest strength. They hunt with lethal efficiency. Ambition drives them to claim a territory and pride. They seek weakness in established prides, searching for aging kings. The challenge is a deadly risk, but instinct compels them. They find their chance. Two old males, their reign fading. The confrontation is brutal, roaring, posturing, then violence. Tao and his brothers fight with desperation and unity. One old king is killed, the other driven off. Victorious, Tao and his brothers claim the territory. Their roars now proclaim their reign. They are the new kings. Victory brings new responsibilities. Tao and his brothers patrol their territory, marking boundaries and warning rivals. Their roars are a nightly declaration of dominance. The pride's safety depends on their vigilance. Earning the lioness's acceptance is crucial. Tao's strength offers protection, but he must secure his lineage. He kills cubs sired by former kings, ensuring his own legacy. Soon the pride is filled with his offspring. Fatherhood reveals a gentler side. He tolerates the cubs' play. His presence deters most predators. The pride flourishes under his reign. Yet he is both ruler and prisoner of his domain. His days are spent resting, patrolling and defending. He has reached the zenith of a lion's life. Peace is fleeting on the savannah. Even at his peak, Tao is never truly at rest. Every sound and scent could signal danger. Nomadic males and hyenas are constant threats. Leadership is a heavy burden. He must maintain the coalition and defend the pride. Buffalo and failed hunts can be deadly. Even in calm, tension simmers beneath the surface. The fight to stay king is relentless. Every victory is temporary. New challenges always appear. The peace he provides is bought with constant vigilance. The crown is a heavy, unceasing burden. The years take their toll. Tao's mane is flecked with grey, his body scarred and slowing. His brother is gone. Tao rules alone, vulnerable. Nomadic lions sense his weakness. Old wounds ache, and hunting is harder. The cubs he fathered are grown. Young males exiled, females remain. Challengers come, strong, ambitious, relentless. At first, Tao's reputation holds them off, but each fight drains him. He knows his time is ending. The final battle arrives. 2 young males challenge him. Tao fights bravely, but youth prevails. Defeated and wounded, he is driven out. His reign is over. Gap 3S. As Tao's legacy fades into the golden grass, the savannah reveals a deeper truth. No creature lives in isolation. Here every life is bound to another in an intricate web. Herds of wildebeest thunder across the plains, their migrations carving paths that nourish the soil. Zebras graze alongside them, their different grazing habits ensuring the land is not stripped bare. Beneath acacia trees, oxpeckers perch on the backs of buffalo, picking parasites from their hides, a partnership forged by necessity. Elephants, the mighty architects, topple trees and dig waterholes, shaping the landscape for countless others. Even the smallest creatures play their part. Termites building vast mounds that shelter reptiles, insects and birds. Yet competition is fierce. Hyenas trail the lions, ready to scavenge a meal while jackals and vultures wait for their turn. Predators and prey, rivals and partners, every action echoes across the plains. Mutual aid and rivalry weave together, sustaining a delicate balance. The fall of one king, the birth of a new cub, each moment is part of the savannah's enduring symphony. Here, survival is not just a struggle, but a shared story written by many beneath the endless African sky. Gap 3S. As the sun arcs overhead, the savannah transforms with the turning of the seasons. The long rains arrive, sweeping across the plains in shimmering curtains. Fresh grass springs from the earth, painting the land with emerald hues. Herds of wildebeest and zebra begin their great migration, drawn by the promise of abundance. Rivers swell, teeming with life. Crocodiles bask along the banks, while hippos wallow in cool, muddy pools, but the bounty is fleeting. When the dry season returns, the grass withers and waterholes shrink. Dust clouds rise as herds travel vast distances in search of sustenance. Elephants lead the way, using ancient memory to guide their families to hidden springs. Lions and cheetahs must adapt their hunting, stalking weakened prey as the heat intensifies. Some animals, like the resilient oryx, conserve water and endure the baking sun. Others, such as the migratory birds, take to the sky, crossing continents to find refuge. Insects emerge in swarms after rains, providing vital food for birds and reptiles. Each creature, from the smallest dung beetle to the towering giraffe, finds its own way to survive. The shifting seasons test every inhabitant of the savannah. Success depends not just on strength, but on the ability to change, to move, to wait. The rhythm of rain and drought shapes the destiny of all. In this land of contrasts, adaptation is the greatest law. The savannah endures, ever-changing, ever alive. As dusk descends, a hush falls over the savannah. The blazing sun yields to a silver moon, and a different world awakens in the cool embrace of night. Beneath the cloak of darkness, nocturnal creatures emerge, masters of stealth, guided by senses honed for the unseen. Aardvarks shuffle through the tall grass, their long ears twitching at the faintest rustle. They dig into termite mounds with powerful claws, feasting on insects hidden from the daytime heat. Nearby, a pair of bush babies leap from branch to branch, their wide eyes glowing in the moonlight. With keen hearing and a soft call, they communicate through the dense acacia canopy. In the shadows, the serval cat stalks with silent grace. Its oversized ears catch the faintest squeak of a mouse, and with a sudden leap it pounces, precise and swift. Genates slink along tree limbs, their spotted coats blending into dappled moonbeams. while porcupines lumber along dusty trails, bristles rustling softly as they search for roots and fallen fruit. The air is alive with sound, the haunting whoop of a hyena, the distant roar of a lion, and the chorus of frogs from shrinking pools. Nightjars swoop low, snatching insects mid-flight, as owls glide silently overhead, their talons poised for the hunt. Each nocturnal animal relies on heightened senses, acute hearing, sharp vision, or a powerful sense of smell, to navigate and survive. They cross paths at waterholes, their lives entwined in a delicate dance of predator and prey, ever alert to the dangers lurking in the dark. Under the starlit sky, the savannah is transformed, a realm of secrets and shadows where the hidden life of night pulses with quiet intensity. Here survival depends on silence and subtlety, and the mysteries of the night shape the fate of all who dwell in the darkness. Beneath the feet of giants, an entire world thrives, often overlooked yet vital to the savannah's survival. Here, insects and small creatures are the hidden architects, weaving the threads that hold the ecosystem together. Termites, tireless builders, shape the landscape with their towering mounds. These intricate structures regulate temperature and moisture, providing shelter for countless species, from snakes to mongooses, long after the termites have moved on. As they break down dead wood and plant matter, termites return nutrients to the soil, ensuring the grasslands renew each season. Ants patrol the ground in endless lines, harvesting seeds, aerating the earth, and defending plants from hungry herbivores. Their tunnels allow rain to seep deep below the surface, nourishing roots and sustaining the tall grasses that feed wildebeest and zebras. Beetles, from the humble dung beetle to the iridescent jewel beetle, play their part in recycling. Dung beetles roll and bury animal droppings, fertilizing the soil and controlling parasites. Others decompose fallen leaves and carcasses, clearing the way for new growth. Butterflies and bees drift from flower to flower, pollinating acacias and wildflowers. Their delicate dance ensures the next generation of plants will thrive, drawing grazers to the plains when the rains return. Spiders and praying mantises, though small, are fierce hunters, controlling insect populations and keeping the balance between predator and prey. Even the smallest beetle or cricket has a role, feeding birds at dawn and dusk, or providing sustenance for the night's hunters. Together, these tiny engineers create a foundation for life. Without them, the savannah's giants would struggle. The grass would wither, the soil would harden, and the cycle of life would falter. In the grand tapestry of the Masai Mara, it is the smallest threads that hold the pattern strong. A silent, ceaseless force shaping the destiny of all who roam these ancient plains. Across the endless golden plains, a single thread unites all life water. In the Masai Mara, rivers and watering holes are more than mere landmarks, they are the lifeblood of the savannah. During the dry season, as the grasses turn brittle and the dust thickens in the air, every creature is drawn to the dwindling pools. Dawn breaks and the first arrivals step cautiously to the water's edge. Antelope and zebras, ever watchful, lower their heads to drink, flanks quivering with tension. Elephants, matriarchs leading their herds, carve new paths through the reeds, their trunks unfurling to draw up cool relief. Even the mighty lion, king of predators, must bow to the necessity of water, approaching with wary eyes as his rivals gather nearby. Competition is fierce. Hippos claim the deepest pools, their massive bodies wallowing in the mud, while crocodiles lurk motionless, waiting for the careless or the desperate. Birds flutter in the shallows, searching for insects, while buffalo crowd the banks, churning the earth into a mosaic of hoofprints and mud. Each species must wait its turn, a delicate balance maintained by ancient instincts and unspoken truces. But this fragile harmony can tip in an instant. A startled zebra's cry sends ripples of panic through the herds, scattering them across the plain. Predator and prey, strong and small, all are bound by the need for water, their fates entwined at the shrinking pools. When the rains finally return, the rivers swell, and the land comes alive once more. Grass is green, frogs sing, and new life emerges from the mud. In the heart of the savannah, water is more than a resource. It is a promise, a gathering place, a battleground, a sanctuary. Here the story of survival is etched in every ripple, every muddy paw print, and every life that dares to drink. Gap 2S. Beneath the blazing sun and open sky, survival in the savannah demands more than strength. It requires ingenuity. Here, every living thing is an expert in adaptation, shaped by centuries of relentless challenge. Take the acacia tree, its branches crowned with delicate leaves and armed with sharp thorns. These defences deter hungry grazers, but the tree's real secret lies below the surface. Deep taproots search for hidden water, while mutual alliances with ants help ward off invaders. Each thorny limb tells a story of quiet resilience. Among the grasses, the termite rises as an unlikely architect. In towering mounds, these tiny builders regulate temperature and moisture, creating safe havens in the unforgiving heat. Their work reshapes the land, airing the soil, nourishing new growth, and offering shelter to countless creatures. The savannah's animals are no less ingenious. The giraffe, with its sweeping neck, browses where others cannot reach, a gentle giant with a tongue tough enough to strip thorny branches. The secretary bird, long-legged and vigilant, strides through the grass, dispatching snakes with precise kicks. Even the smallest find ways to thrive. The dung beetle, tireless and unassuming, rolls precious spheres across the dust, recycling nutrients and aerating the earth. The spring hare leaps through the night, its powerful hind legs a secret to escaping predators. As the sun scorches the land, some seek shade, others burrow deep, and a few, like the resilient baobab, store water in swollen trunks, waiting patiently for rain. Adaptation is not a single triumph, but a daily dance of survival. Here every plant and animal is a master of its craft, honed by hardship, guided by instinct. In the Masai Mara, adaptation is the key that unlocks the promise of another day. Across the Masai Mara, survival is never guaranteed. Here the greatest threats often come not from tooth or claw, but from the land and sky itself. Drought descends in silence, turning rivers to ribbons and grass to brittle straw. Thirst drives herds to wander for miles, and only the hardiest endure. Elephants dig into parched riverbeds, unearthing hidden water for themselves, and for others who follow in their wake. Then, without warning, the sky unleashes its fury. Torrential rains sweep across the plains, transforming dust into floodwater. Hippos and crocodiles rejoice in swollen rivers, while smaller creatures seek higher ground, clinging to survival as the landscape reshapes around them. Fire, too, is both destroyer and creator. Lightning ignites the dry grass in a sudden roaring blaze. Panic sweeps through the plains as antelope and zebra race the flames, while burrowing animals shelter beneath the earth. When the smoke clears, the ashes nourish new growth. Green shoots rising from blackened soil, a promise of renewal. Through each trial, the savannah's inhabitants adapt and endure. Herds shift their migrations to chase rain, birds time their nesting to the flush of new grass, and predators follow the movements of prey. Every challenge weaves a tighter bond within the web of life, forging resilience in the face of nature's wrath. In the Masai Mara, survival is a story written by fire, water and drought. Each season brings new tests and new triumphs, proving that even in the harshest times, life finds a way. Across the vast expanse of the Masai Mara, the future is a tapestry woven with threads of resilience and regeneration. The scars of past trials are but memories etched into the landscape, reminders of nature's unyielding spirit. As the sun rises over the plains, new life stirs. The ashes of wildfires, once seen as destruction, now nourish the soil, giving rise to a verdant carpet of grass. This fresh growth feeds the herds from towering giraffes to nimble antelope, each bite a testament to the savannah's endless cycle of renewal. In the heart of this ecosystem, the great predators play their part. Lion cubs, the descendants of kings, practice their pounces in the morning light, their future battles written in their playful roars. Cheetah mothers teach their young the art of the chase, each sprint a lesson in survival. The balance between predator and prey ensures that the strongest genes endure, shaping the generations to come. Beneath the surface, unseen architects work tirelessly. Termites build towering mounds that aerate the soil, while dung beetles recycle nutrients, their labour unseen but vital. These small creatures are the unsung heroes of the savannah, their efforts laying the foundation for life above. Seasons change, but the spirit of the Masai Mara remains unbroken. The first rains of the year breathe new life into the rivers. Their waters are lifeline for all who dwell here. From the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, every creature drinks deeply, their survival a shared triumph. As the day fades into twilight, the savannah whispers promises of tomorrow. The stars above witness the enduring cycle, a story of life's tenacity and the unending dance of existence. In this land where the past and future intertwine, resilience and regeneration are the true monarchs. The Masai Mara stands as a testament to the power of nature's cycles, a living reminder that even in the face of adversity, life not only persists, it thrives. Tao's final days are spent in solitude. The savannah is now a hostile place. Too weak to hunt, he finds a quiet spot by the river. His death is not an end, but a return to the earth. His legacy lives on in his daughters and wandering sons. New kings rise, the cycle continues, the Masai Mara endures, the sun rises again. A new cub is born, his journey just beginning. The struggle for survival shapes every life here. The crown passes on in a timeless saga written on the African plains.